Hey everyone, thanks for watching another Coping with COVID video. Crazy that we started this series in April and here we are in August, still coping with COVID. I'm just about fed up with COVID, but obviously everybody's safety is still priority number one, and hopefully this virus, leaves as quickly as it came. So hopefully everyone likes these videos. I feel like they hopefully are giving our members a chance to tell their story and stay engaged with the community, since it's recommended that we still aren't able to have large gatherings, unfortunately. So if you'd like to come on, tell your story, please comment below, and I'll make sure I reach out to you. But enough of my long-winded self. I'm excited to introduce our guest today, from a longtime chamber member, Richards Orthopedic Center. She's brand new with them over there, Dr. Rebecca Richards. Rebecca, how are you doing today?
Hi, good. How are you doing?
I'm very good. So it's your first week there at the center, correct? Is that true?
Yes, that is very much true. It's my first week.
And today is Friday. I don't know if we'll actually post this video today or not, but so you completed your first week. Was it a successful first week?
Yes, it was very successful.
Very good to hear. Yes. So just wanted to, if you could go into this first for maybe the one or two people in Chambersburg that don't know what you guys do at your center. Can you maybe go into that a little bit? What do you guys specialize in? Parts of the body, so on and so forth.
Yeah, no problem. So Richards Orthopedic Center and Sports Medicine, it kind of says it in the title itself. We specialize in orthopedic surgery. That would be my dad, Dr. Robert Richards. He specializes in all aspects of the body. My sister and I, Dr. Carly and myself, we specialize in foot and ankle pathologies, anywhere from trauma to just generalized foot care. We do orthotics, we do shoe gear, and really any type of foot pain that you're having, we can treat you there. Another thing our group offers is physical therapy. So we have a lot of providers there, and we're happy to see you.
Very cool. So tell me a little bit here. Your mom, she was kind enough, since I have not had the pleasure of meeting you yet, which obviously we need to change here once we can start getting back together and having social gatherings. Yeah. You were in Virginia just not too long ago, doing something there. I mean, can you go into that a little bit?
Yeah. So I completed my medical school in Philadelphia at Temple, and then from there we go on to our surgical training, where I did that in Roanoke, Virginia at Carilion Hospital. That was a 3-year program. It's a level 1 trauma center, so it was a long 3 years, but very rewarding. I got all my great training in the beginning, and then those last 3 months were kind of weird with COVID. Our hospital didn't really shut down. Since it was level 1, we still had a lot of patients to see and a lot of work to do. Probably the biggest effect it had on us was the fact that the elective surgeries were stopped, but that was everywhere. So for me, I didn't slow down with my workload, but probably just with elective surgeries, that was the biggest effect it had on me. But ultimately, I had great training there all 3 years.
Out of curiosity, and maybe you're not able to answer this since you haven't gone through that before, but would that time have been maybe the most busy time for you hadn't COVID sort of come around, given that it was the end of maybe your 3-year stint there, or is that not the case at all?
It would have been a busier time in the fact that I'm doing more surgery at that time. Not being the intern anymore, it was a better time for me because I kind of get to do more on my own and, kind of pick and choose. So again, it slowed down in electives, but we still had trauma. So I was still doing surgery pretty much every day. So. Wow.
Okay, cool. So you were doing that, was it March through June?
With COVID?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's obviously that was a 3-year stint, but that's when you were dealing with that. And when did you actually move back home then? I apologize.
Yeah, so I graduated from there in June, at the end of June, and then officially moved back at the end of July.
Great. And so tell me about that a little bit. So obviously you moved back to your hometown, and then next thing you know, obviously you're there at your parents, at your dad's orthopedic center.
Yeah.
What's that process like?
So I'm married. I have a 2-year-old daughter. So just to make things more interesting, I got to drag a toddler along with us. But for the month of July and months before that, we were kind of house hunting, but it was really difficult because we couldn't see any houses. So we were doing a lot of online kind of searching, and we had to wait for the right time to actually come back and look at a home. And we were trying to move in before I started, so that definitely made it hard. But we were working with great people, and we made it work perfectly and got moved in 2 weeks before I started. So.
Wow. And it helps. You have obviously family in the area. So
Yeah.
I assume that you could, bunker down with them maybe for a night or two if you needed. I
Yes,
assume.
that was definitely offered.
So tell me, you're following in a lot of footsteps, at your guys's orthopedic center. So tell me a little bit about the family history that you guys have there. It's a very rich family history that I enjoyed reading up on your guys's online website.
Yep. So the history is extensive, but basically it started with my grandfather back in the 50s when he started the practice. He was the first orthopedic surgeon in the area, I believe the tri-state area, and one of the first to do a total joint replacement in a non-teaching hospital in Pennsylvania. So really big shoes to fill, just starting with that. And then after that, my dad also went to medical school, became an orthopedic surgeon, and then joined my grandfather's practice. From there, they continued the practice. And then my sister joined. She ended up going to podiatry school, specialized in foot and ankle, joined my dad's practice. And then here I am just a few years later, following in her footsteps.
I went online. You look exactly like your mom, and your sister looks exactly like your mom. Do you two get often that you look like? I saw in the pictures. You look.
Yeah, it's been every day
sure.
this
I was
week.
like, I thought I was talking to the new one starting, but you look like your older sister. So
I have to let them know who I am before I.
Oh, that's too funny.
Yeah, and we all actually went to Temple for medical school as well. So.
Did you really? That's a neat little fact.
Yeah, my grandfather too.
Wow. Okay. Temple rich history as well.
Yeah,
My
Philadelphia.
Yeah. You guys are all about the history there at your guys' orthopedic center. Have a couple of neat facts. As I shared with you, I went on your website and I kind of wrote some things down here. And obviously you touched on the one. I just think that is so doggone cool that your grandfather literally did the first total hip replacement surgery outside of a non-teaching hospital in Pennsylvania. And so, thinking about that, I'm sure back at some point in time, I guess from what was written there, only those type of surgeries were being done in a kind of a learning environment because folks, I guess, weren't necessarily comfortable with doing it by themselves without having it being in that environment. So for him to step up and do that doggone thing is pretty neat.
It's amazing,
Yeah, also had some other stuff written down that I wasn't aware of that I thought was pretty cool. And obviously you guys, it's given back in a lot of ways, but your grandfather did something with a Shriners children's like hospital clinic or something like that for kids that had, some different disabilities and things like that, which I thought was really, really neat. So giving back, you guys are very philanthropic, which is
very, amazing. So he started the Shriners to treat conditions such as polio and lower extremity weakness.
Wow.
So he did start that too.
Being on Rotary with your mom, I know a lot about polio, more than I ever knew before. So yes, and love being in Rotary with her. Obviously, that's how I got to meet your mom. Also, jotted some things down here. You guys do stuff for the Shippensburg football team as well as the Chambersburg high school football team, right? What do you guys do for them?
So currently, still, my dad is the he is the team doctor at for Shippensburg University for the football team. They also used to do the Chambersburg High School, but currently just Shippensburg. But my grandfather also did that in the past as well. So they continue to help there.
And you were even doing something, I apologize, we talked about that, but even for Mont Alto, I guess, at one point in time.
Yep, they used to do Mont Alto as well.
Very neat.
Yeah.
What just out of curiosity, what do you guys do actual surgeries there at your center, or what do you do in regards to that? What's up?
Not at the center. At our office itself, we usually operate at the Chambersburg Hospital or at the surgery center.
Okay.
We can do small office procedures, but no major surgeries in the office itself.
Neat.
But we definitely do injections, x-rays, and smaller things like that.
Well, you guys, you do a lot in the area, and obviously you do a lot there. I mean, you guys have a team of what? It's 17 different, specialists and people that work in your. I guess you might make 18. I got 17 off of the website, but it might be 18 now, I suppose, huh?
Yeah, so it's my dad, Dr. Robert Richards, Dr. Holshoe. He's another orthopedic specialist there. My sister, Dr. Carly Richards, is podiatry, and myself, Rebecca Richards, also podiatry.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm. And then for physical therapy, it's Dr. Kenton.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys, you guys specialize. You have specialists in all those different areas over there, yeah. I suppose. I haven't stopped over. I need to stop in. So once, obviously, this whole COVID virus, dies down, and there's actually a need for me to be over there or whatnot, I'd love to come around.
Don't injure yourself on purpose.
Go play soccer and sprain an ankle or something like that.
I'll treat you for that.
But well, look, Dr. Richards, Rebecca, thank you so much, obviously, for coming on here today. I'm putting you on the spot here. I didn't tell you I was going to do this, but is there anything else you want to add? I mean, kind of went over everything I had question-wise. If there's anything I didn't touch on, now's the time for you to touch on it.
I think just to everyone, we've been open during this whole crazy pandemic. We've obviously been taking all the precautions that have been needed to actually see patients safely and able to bring someone back with them safely. So, we've been open this whole time. We're still open. I'm obviously open for business as well. So anyone that has any orthopedic needs, we are available and open Monday through Friday.
How do folks get in contact with you?
I can give you the phone number, which obviously I don't memorize. 717-414-7718.
Very good. So if you have anything going on with the body,
7798.
Oh, 77. Why don't you, what was it again? Why don't we do that one more time?
717.
Yep.
414-7798.
Sorry, I put you on the spot there, but
That's
you gotta get that number down now.
I know.
Well, hey, thank you so much for coming on. And like I said, really look forward to meeting you here whenever we can do that. So, all right.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right. Hey, Rebecca, take care. We'll talk again soon.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.